What does the big beautiful bill actually mean for you? What's changing? When does it hit? What can you do starting today to stay ahead of this stupid thing? Because even if you don't have Medicaid, these changes will affect you and your community, your hospital, and your pocketbook. And if you do have Medicaid, like obviously the stakes are even higher for you. So this is what I'm gonna do in this video. We're gonna do a real timeline, like what's changing and when. Of course, I gotta do a list, right? Because it's YouTube. The top 5 things you need to do right now. And then we're gonna get into like creative, preventative, and like community-driven ways to stay healthy, even if the system continues to fail you, because I know it's failing a lot of folks. By the way, if you're new here, I'm Dr. James Q. Simmons. I am an acute care nurse practitioner. My specialty is the intersection of healthcare and media. I'm trusted by legacy and social media outlets to break down health and medical trends, the ones taking over your feed, so that you get trusted truths, not hype. It's like what I do. I love it. So this is a save-worthy step-by-step guide you can come back to as the rules evolve. Come on, Dr. James, get to it. Okay, let's get into it. The big, stupid, beautiful bill was signed into law on July 4th, 2025. I cannot think of anything less patriotic. The bill is the biggest shakeup to Medicaid in years, with some experts saying nearly $1 trillion in federal Medicaid cuts over the next decade, okay? The Congressional Budget Office, or CBO, estimates that maybe up to 17 million people could lose coverage by 2034. It will at least be 16 million people. So here's the timeline that you need to know. Now, this video is being published in July of 2025. Now through December of 2025, no immediate loss of coverage. But states and the feds are starting to prep their new rules, so you're not going to see a lot happening right now. The Department of Health and Human Services is supposed to release guidance on these new work requirements by the end of the year, by December 31st, 2025. So states will start sending out notices and updating their systems kind of around that time. Be on the lookout for that. Now, if you're on Medicaid, you may start getting those letters about all these changes soon, like maybe even as early as this fall, depending on the state you live in. Do not ignore them. Okay, January through June of 2026. That's when states will start to announce their Medicaid work requirement plans. I know this was a big deal that a lot of people are talking about. So you're gonna start seeing more paperwork, requests for documentation, and possibly new eligibility rules and checks on that eligibility. So some states may move faster than others, like expansion states like California could see really big impacts and it could move really fast. That's January through June of 2026. July through December of 2026, those work requirements will start to kick in. They'll start to roll out. All of them will be rolled out by no later than December 31st of 2026, but a lot of states are gonna start it earlier. So if you're 19 to 64 and not exempt, you'll need to prove 80 hours per month of work, the right type of volunteering, or that you are in the right type of school. There are some exemptions, and those exemptions include like parents or guardians of kids under 14, pregnant people, people with disabilities, and those deemed, this is the bill's language, not mine, those deemed medically frail. So 2027 and beyond, this is when it's really gonna hit. So ongoing compliance with those work requirements will be monthly or biannually, depending on the state you live in. There's also gonna be appeals to this. There's also gonna be a lot of lawsuits, so we gotta pay attention. Now, states may continue to tweak their rules, and those lawsuits and new federal guidances will likely change things again by 2027. Because of course, this is all happening after the midterm elections, when we get the opportunity to vote a bunch of people out, right? So you're really gonna kind of have to stay on top of this. The key point for all of this is that these changes are being phased in over slow time, which means you have time to prepare, but you gotta start right now. I promise you, it is gonna benefit you so much to get on top of this right now. In fact, here are my top 5 things you need to do right now to protect your health and your coverage, whether or not you're on Medicaid, doesn't matter. Number 1, update your contact info with your insurance company. Make sure your state Medicaid office as well has your current address, phone number, and most importantly, your email. Why? Well, because if you miss a notice, you could lose coverage by default. They are not gonna be playing with your paperwork, okay? And paperwork is the number 1 reason people lose coverage during big transitions. So don't let that be you. Number 2, start gathering all your documentation, like now, get in the practice of it. Start collecting proof of employment, proof of job searches, proof of community service, proof of school enrollment, proof of qualifying exemptions like a disability or that you're a caregiver. Keep it in a folder, like if you're old school, a physical folder, or if not, a digital folder someplace. Pay stubs, letters, anything like that that shows that you're meeting these requirements. And if you are exempt, Get documentation from your provider, your social worker, or your case manager right now. You're gonna wanna have a history of that documentation. Okay, number 3, learn your state's rules, because every state is different, and this is where it is going to get mad confusing. So you're gonna wanna go to your state's Medicaid website or get old school and call them up. Ask them, what are the new work requirements? What exemptions apply for me in my state? What's the timeline for my state? Because some states are gonna have much stricter rules and start earlier than other states. Okay, number 4, this is where it starts to get kind of juicy. Find your local health resources. You really want to identify federally qualified health centers and community clinics near you. Those FQHCs provide care for you even if you lose your insurance. You can check them out at findhealthcenter.hrsa.gov. As of the recording of this video, that website is still up and running, but who knows if the administration is going to take that one down too. FQHCs are super dope. They offer sliding scale fees, primary care, dental, mental health, like prenatal care, like a bunch of stuff on sliding scale and sometimes for free, even if you don't have insurance. Number 5, build your support network. You're gonna wanna connect with a Medicaid navigator, legal aid offices, other advocacy groups. Start connecting with them now because they can help you appeal, find new coverage, access emergency care if you lose your Medicaid, but you wanna have a history with them. Save their contact info now, like right now. Don't wait until you're in a crisis. At that point, it's too late. Also, online is a really great place to look for local support groups. Also, people are gonna be staying on top of this with updates and things like that, even on Facebook. Okay, get your preventative care life together now. Like, if you got an overdue checkup, schedule it. Screenings, schedule it. Prescription refills, get them now while they're covered. Like, ask for that 90-day medication supply and get in a habit of that so that you're getting those 90-day supplies as often as you can. Ask for generic alternatives, cheaper options, like learn about prescription assistance programs and sliding scale clinics now because they exist and you're gonna need them. If you have a chronic health condition, which like most Americans do, ask your provider for a care plan now, just in case you lose your coverage. And if you're not on Medicaid, but know someone who is, obviously please like share this info with them and help them get organized. Okay, so open enrollment is coming up and it's also your window to act if you lose your Medicaid. If you get a termination notice, this applies even now, you have a 90-day special enrollment period to sign up for a marketplace plan, like an Obamacare plan, right, at healthcare.gov. Most people qualify for subsidies, like lots of plans are subsidized to be under like $10 a month. Losing your Medicaid can also trigger this like 60-day special enrollment for employer-based insurance as well. So if you're denied Medicaid, you can appeal within 90 days and request aid paid pending appeal within 10 days of that denial to keep your benefits going like during the process. Okay, I know a lot of this feels like it's super long off, but I really do want you to start working on this now. So a quick little recap. Before January 1st, 2027, make sure that you finalize all documentation of work requirements or exemptions. Double check your Medicaid status and respond to any requests from your state. Don't ignore those letters you get in the mail or those emails you get. Like that's the number one reason people lose coverage. If you're losing coverage, have your marketplace or employer plan lined up already, like literally jot it down. This is my plan B. Know those local FQHCs and emergency Medicaid options like in your area. If you're in a state with early implementation, act even sooner. You're gonna wanna stay on top of the news with this one. And this is the frustrating truth. Like I'm publishing this video in July of 2025, but we all know like a lot of this is probably gonna change, right? States are gonna update their rules, lawsuits are gonna happen, maybe, hopefully, new resources are gonna pop up. So I promise I'll keep updating you on this. Be sure to subscribe, save this video, we'll add it to a playlist, check back for the latest. And before you go, let's bust a few myths and answer some common questions, rapid fire, about Medicaid and the big beautiful bill. Will I lose coverage immediately? Nope. Most changes phase in over the next 18 to 24 months, but you need to prepare now. If I'm not on Medicaid, does this matter to me? Yeah, it sure does. Hospitals, clinics, community health centers, all these places rely on Medicaid funding to stay open. This massive cut means a lot of those facilities are gonna close, even in your area. And even if they don't close, the cuts may mean longer waits, higher costs, less access for everyone. If there's less places for people to go to get their health care, the places that are open get more crowded, right? What if I'm denied coverage by mistake? You do have the right to appeal, sort of regardless, but you have to file within 90 days and request continued benefits during the process. They just won't give them to you automatically. Can I get care if I lose my insurance? Yes, mostly. FQHCs, community clinics, and emergency Medicaid are available for like emergent, urgent needs. What about prescription drugs? So ask your provider about assistance programs, 90-day supplies, generics. Sometimes there's a lot of wiggle room. Pharmacists are also an amazing resource that are way underutilized, especially in the United States. So if you're having trouble like paying for your meds, or you wonder if there's a generic alternative, things like that, definitely ask your pharmacist where you pick up your medications. They have a wealth of knowledge and they are like down to help you out. By the way, I get questions like these every single day, online, like at my practice, in my inbox. So if you want more like myth-busting health tips and all that kind of stuff, like real talk about trending health topics, and the kind of honest answers you're probably not getting anywhere else, like make sure you subscribe to my channel. And I've also got a newsletter that I send out. It's called Viral. You can sign up for it. There's a link in the description. No spam, just facts, low fun, and the real story behind the health headlines. Okay, y'all, I'm not sugarcoating anything. I think this bill is a disaster for America and like millions of Americans. But I also know that like we're not powerless. We cannot act powerless. We cannot act afraid. We gotta like kind of outsmart the system, and we can protect our health and support each other, but we gotta start it now. So if you found this helpful, save it, share it, drop a question in the comments below. Let me know if I got something wrong in your state. Like, we'll update this, okay? This is not meant to be perfect. It's meant to be a resource for everyone to start with, and then we will change and grow and learn and do all this together, okay? So this was published in July of 2025. Obviously, as things change, as things grow, I'll post more videos. Be sure to subscribe and share this. Save it if you found it a valuable resource, and I'll see y'all next week.